Hi, this is Rosalind Kahn from Chow Entertainment, living your best life on KXLA here in Los Angeles, airing every Tuesday at 11 a.m. And we are on KGNG out of Las Vegas, Nevada, 8 p.m. every day. You can find us on Amazon Prime, Amazon Fire, and Roku TV. Today, I have the distinct honor of being back in LA from Egypt. That's right, 3 concerts, 3 days, but this is the best one of all. I have Craig Lee with us. He is with one of my favorite bands, Earth, Wind, and Fire. He's the tour manager, and he promised me next time I get to go in the luggage. I'm so excited. Craig, so tell us, how long have you been a tour manager for?
I've been with the band for 11 years now.
11 years.
And I have to get one thing straight. We're not Earth, Wind, and Fire, but we're called Kalimba, the spirit of Earth, Wind, and Fire. So we're deemed by many, many people out there America's #1 tribute to Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Well, you know what? It happens every interview. I started, if I say this, and they're like, listen, that's not right, that's not right. But what I found is this. You guys are the #1 group that sounds the most like and resembles. People are going to be rocking in the seats and saying, I remember that song. And you guys have it. So I wanted to give you that ambiance of there. We good?
Very good. Yeah, absolutely.
So, now, 11 years, how did you get that lucky break?
I actually saw Kalimba in their first year at a casino in Seattle. And I saw on the website, went down there and watched them. There was probably 40 people in the audience, and I knew they sounded so good. And I went up to them after the show and I said, man, you guys are amazing. I said, why don't you have more people in the audience? And they didn't know. I mean, they're musicians, but they're not marketers, they're not promoters.
Right.
And so I thought, it might be an opportunity to get these guys out there a little bit more. And my background is I've been a DJ promoter pretty much my whole life. And so I did a fundraiser for 2 local community healthcare centers and brought together about 1,000 people. And from that point on, they were like, wow, we've never played for 1,000 people before. And so from that point on, they said, hey, you want to join forces? And I thought, I've never been a tour manager or a band manager or a road manager, but sure, let's try it. And it's been a great ride. Yeah, back then they were doing 1 show a month. We're just getting done this end of August, which is, 3 more days. We're going to be doing we'll be done 42 shows in 60 days.
Wow, that's amazing.
So it's been great all over the country, up and down, Canada. So we're getting ready to take a little tour to Egypt here at the end of September.
You know what's amazing? I want to cap on something you said. Everyone in the audience has intuition. They know something, but it's the choice. Do we listen to that intuition, or do we let it flutter to the wind? You sat in the audience and you said, I think I see, and you trusted yourself. And imagine, this is where you've got yourself. Now, before the show, I took you on a little photo journey of my recent trip to Egypt. And when you look at those pictures there, what stood out to you that you want to make sure that you see on that way to Egypt?
Oh man, all the beautiful artwork that you took pictures of. I mean, it's amazing. People from different countries, see things or make things differently than we do in the United States. And it's all the creativity that people have that really makes it stand out.
It is the creativity. We talk about the creativity that you saw in the pictures. And I think about the creativity. I listened to the band as they were going ahead and starting up and warming up. And I was talking to a young lady on the trip back, and I looked in her eyes and I said to you, I want you to remember these words. It's not the clothes that you wear. It's not the house that you live in. But it's the art that you produce that can bring light and love to the world. And I think your band has that and all that's more. So
absolutely.
When you look in the deep, dark future, if you could make this big wish that you hope to come true for this band, what do you see in that oval eyes? What do you see in that opportunity?
I think making this band, from where we came from to where we are today, I mean, it's been a big leap. We'd like to do about 10 more of those leaps.
Wow.
Yeah. So I mean, it'd be nice to be doing a full world tour, going to Asia, Europe, Middle East, maybe the Philippines. So, I mean, that's our goal. It's always been our goal.
Well,
Not to be just a local band that plays in the bar or in a casino, but we wanted to take it on the road and spread the love of music of Earth, Wind, and Fire around the world.
That's beautiful. On my plane ride back, I was watching the King Richard and the story of Venus Williams and Serena. He had a plan, and he wrote down that plan word for word for word. There's a saying, if you put it down on paper and you tell someone, you make it a reality, you make it into something.
Yeah.
I saw this young musician in Nigeria who was a drummer, and he was playing that, and I saw the passion in his eyes, and I looked at him, I said, you're going to go places. I know it's going to happen for you. So I'm going to look deep in your eyes and then say, you put it out there. You work at it. You think about it each and every day. You picture that self on each of those planets, each of those places. You're going to make it happen.
Yeah, that's the goal.
It has been my pleasure and my honor.
Thank you
from
so
the
much.
bottom of my heart.
Appreciate it.
My name is Rosalind Khan. I'm with Chow Entertainment, living your best life. Always looking at people and their amazing and inspiring stories. How can people follow you?
They can go to our website. It's www.kalimbaband.com. That's KALIMBA band.com.
Hi, this is John Grant with John Grant Coaching. Are you feeling depressed or anxious because you've just lost your job, perhaps a relationship? Well, you need a coach that will get to the root of the problem and give you simple instructions to follow each and every day. If that's you, call this number, 951-225-5809, and you'll be working with John Grant Coaching today.
Hi, this is Rosalind Khan from Chow Entertainment, here with the wonderful band Kalimba at the Valley Cultural Arts Center here in front of a wonderful evening. And I ran into this gentleman whose name is Ron Kalimba. He is a bass player. Ron, why don't you say hello to the fans here at Chow Entertainment?
Hello, fans at Chow Entertainment. How are you? Great.
Wonderful.
Good.
So tell us, how long have you been playing bass for the band?
I've been playing bass for the band going on 3 years now.
Great.
Yeah.
So tell us how you came to connect with these people.
Well, Kalimba is a group of great musicians in our community, and there was a few guys in the band that I've played with in other situations, and they invited me to sit in. There was an opportunity, and it was just a pleasure, just great energy, just great environment, and it just worked out. It was seamless.
Wow. I like the way you said it was a great environment. You sound like a man who's been in many groups and many situations. If you look back on that day and you look at the setup, what are the things that clicked for you that said, I've been through many opportunities, but I want to jump on this one? What were some of the telltale signs that you saw at that moment?
I think what really jumped out was the level of professionalism, the fact that there was goals and plans in place. I saw longevity in the band, and also the desire to continue to improve presentation, sound quality. There was all of those exciting factors.
You know, that's really important, because without goals and plans and things like that, we don't get anywhere in life. So how many hours a day are you guys practicing together? What does an average day look like in terms of practice?
Well, for the most part, we're doing a lot of performing. And so a lot of our time spent together is performing out on the road. And then the preparation is individual preparation for the most part, a lot of studying in our personal studios, sitting with the files and implementing our own original tracks to those. And then we kind of collectively come together. We try to come together at least 4 times a month or more preparation, once a week, in other words. But yeah, it really depends on the occasion.
Now,
Yep.
I know that every artist in every form of life has a different set of other things that they do. So I'm going to ask you just a couple strange questions.
Sure.
Are there other practices that you do? Do you do meditation? Do you reading? Do you do prayer? Do you go out in nature? Do you do other things to improve the craft that aren't necessarily part of the craft but help you to get to where you are?
That's a really good question. I think personal wholeness is really important. Spiritual, me personally, Christian faith, spirituality is very important for me, my Christian belief. And I spend time giving back to the community. And I serve in my music ministry at church when I have the opportunity to be available, and those are some of the things in my family, and family just makes me, it fulfills, makes me whole.
I see that spark in your eye as you talk about your family. Can you tell us a few words about your family? Do you have many kids? How many kids? Or
Sure. I'm originally from the East Coast, and I moved to Seattle approximately 20 years now. And so I have a daughter who's here in Seattle. She's graduated college and she's moved out, and so we're empty nesters. And I do have a stepson who has moved out with us as well, and his family. And so I have two beautiful grandchildren, grandson and a granddaughter. So it's exciting.
Life is what makes the world go round. I'm not a parent by chance. I have a dog, but I'm always photographing young children of where I go, because to me, children are the light and love of the world.
And I have two dogs.
And two dogs. Oh my God, I love it.
And I have two dogs.
And what kind of dogs do you have?
I have two Doberman Pinschers. Yeah.
Now, do they get to travel too?
They don't get to travel. No, they don't. But they're excited when I come home.
Well, that's the great thing about dogs. So back to going ahead and playing bass.
Sure.
When you think of the different musical entendres that you've been doing, what is kind of like the hardest track that you've come across? And is there one particular venue or event that you did that was really memorable for you?
Well, what was most memorable, and it's relatively recent, our experience going to Dubai. That was just out of this world. It was just beautiful, just the entire trip. So that experience really stands out most, I would say. And as far as materials, the thing about the Earth, Wind, and Fire materials is stuff we grew up on, and it's so, it's just memorable. And what I really love about it is it connects you to those previous memories of whether you were growing up or your teenage years or whatever, wherever you were in life, you reflect on those times.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back to being in Dubai. You're gonna find this amazing, but the young lady you're looking at, I've been to Dubai. I've been there, done that. I traveled in a group called Up with People, and one of my favorite friends was living in Dubai. So give us just a glimpse of what that experience was like when you were performing in Dubai.
Well, what was so amazing was just the architectural design and the buildings, and it's just so beautiful. It's clean, and it's just a great place to visit. And that time of year, it was relatively warm. It can be extreme a little later in the year, but it was just really pleasant. It was during the winter months here. We had a New Year's Eve party, and so it was a perfect time to be there. It was just beautiful.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, it's just been really enchanting having this conversation with you, and I hope someday that I can see you on another one of your travels and hear where you've been and what you've done. And if there's one wish that you wish to say to the community that we haven't heard from you, what would you like to say humanity is the word that we haven't heard from you? What is your message to the world at these times right now?
I think just compassion and caring for others, and seeing yourself in other people's situations and having those same values and genuinely appreciating people, and giving back, and just giving back to the community. Making yourself available.
That is so entirely true. I was just doing a post on a GoFundMe campaign, and I said, it's really not about me. Let me just tell you a couple things I did when I was in Egypt. So one of the things when I was in Egypt is I helped a young child who was about 2 years old, and I taught him how to say hello and goodbye.
Wow.
There was a family who was teaching me 1 to 10 in Egyptian. I loved to swim, and I was in the pool, and this lady and I'm like, blow the bubbles, go like this. And she did it, and there was a kid with those little floaties, and I said, just put your head back, you'll float, the feet will go up, and she loved it.
Oh, yeah.
And there was the young Nigerian who I gave the inspiration that he was going to make it, and he connected me to the diplomat today. And it's the little things like this that we do to help humanity that really makes the world go round. So when you see this video, go out and do something for your community. Go ahead and give back. It's been a pleasure and honor. And how can people follow you?
My pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I can be reached and followed on Facebook, IG, ronmcneil.re.
Okay, cool. Well, my name is Rosalind Khan. I'm on Chow Entertainment, Living Your Best Life, every Tuesday on KXLA, 11 a.m. every Tuesday. If you're in Las Vegas, you get to see us every day of the week, 8 p.m. If you have Roku TV or you have Amazon Fire, you can see me all over the world. The name is Rosalind Khan on all social media. You want to follow this Mr. McNeil. He's a great bass player with the group Kalimba, and we'll see you next time. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Hello everybody, and welcome to the Oakland Aviation Museum. This is a special museum for aircraft, historic GA, general aviation, and World War II airplanes here at the Oakland Airport. As you can see, it's now open 7 days a week for the summer. And I wanted to show you around. This is an indoor and outdoor museum. This is the outdoor area. Over there we have a flying boat. There's not too many of those left. Here you can see the Douglas KA-3B Sky Warrior. Really cool. Let me take you inside the hangar. I'd like to show you around a little bit inside this hangar that is home to so many wonderful planes. This here is a favorite of most people. It's a P-51 Mustang. Lots of red and blue. You can read up on it. See the helicopter back there? It's always great to look at all historic aircraft that you can't see in too many places. I'll just take you through this hangar right here. This is an Aranca. A lot of people got their start or had their first flight in this plane. Now we use more Cessnas. Come over here. This is just a great place to come and visit, to bring your family. As you can see, the ground is like a little runway. The Kitty Hawk Corporate. And of course, that's the Wright Brothers. That's the Wright Brothers plane. There's always exhibits in here. We have some engines. And this is the gift shop where you can get all of your favorite aviation goods. Thank you, and we hope to see you soon.
Hi, this is Rosalind with Chow Entertainment, Living Your Best Life. We are here at Warner Center for a great performance of a group named called Kalimba. And it's my distinct honor to introduce you to a man whose name is Sheldon Reynolds. If we go back in history, he was part of the second rendition of Earth, Wind & Fire. He's here as a person who's a consultant to the group to take them back and remember what the original group was like. But let me tell you this, trade secret. This is not the first time Sheldon Reynolds and I have met. And when I saw this gentleman the last time, as he stood up in front of that audience and he began to sing a song, I said, this guy is humble for everything he's accomplished, and yet he's a man who truly comes from the heart. It is my distinct honor and privilege to introduce you to this special guest, the one and only Mr. Sheldon Reynolds. Sheldon, say hello to the group.
Hello, everyone. God bless you, and glad to be here.
It's truly a privilege and honor to be with you. So if you take us back to that day when you were back on the road with Earth, Wind & Fire, tell us what it was like when you guys got ready to go ahead and do a performance.
Oh, it was like a dream, because it was where we felt like you were not only being a star and making it big in your industry, you were doing something that actually helped people. People came into the concert and they felt for 2 hours there was no problem with the bills and the life, and you know the whole world situation was sort of outside the doors, and inside where the concert was, it was euphoria, and it was constant euphoria.
You know, it's kind of interesting if you take that to where we are right now, post-pandemic, coronavirus. A lot of people are hard up in between. I heard someone today telling me the cost to rent a place is like 3 times, and people can't find a home because first place, last place, and so on and so forth. If we stop and take a reflection of what you said, the years might be different, but isn't it kind of similar today and where we're at and where we stand in our world today?
Yeah,
Albeit the dates might have changed.
the dates have changed, but it's some of the same spirit.
Right. It's
And
definitely.
not always a good spirit, but it's very disheartening in a lot of ways. And at the same time, born out of that are the great songs, and born out of that are the great moments and the great artists, and all that comes out of the troubles that we go through. And I'm hopeful that we'll find our way out of all the madness that we're going through right now.
You know, it's interesting. I want to share a little bit. I love music. I love art in every way and within form. And I've been to a few concerts, and I just want to share a snippet of what I remember out of each of them. The most recent was Diana Ross, and she was talking about the music she had created in the pandemic, and it was thankfulness. It was giving to others. And there was the person who used to go out with the tennis player, Sheryl Crow, and she was talking about the beautiful biography she created with her son and the songs that she had created. So when we look at what your group has done in the pandemic, and I know you yourself have been working with my buddy, Mr. Moore, do you not also have something special you're working on that you grew out of the pandemic?
Yeah, I'm working on all kinds of things. I tend to wait till I have it solid before I talk about it. So I've gone through where stuff happens or doesn't happen. And then you're sitting there trying to explain why it didn't happen, and people are sitting there like, I forget it, you know.
Well, so tell me, is there some things that Kalimba's working on, that they've worked on through the situation that we've been on, that we can speak about?
Well, can we talk about the...
We got a big tour that you guys are going on. Aren't you guys going off to Egypt? That's pretty exciting.
Yeah, that's the one. I didn't know that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're going to Egypt. We're headed for Egypt. We're going out there to climb the pyramids, and we're going to go perform in a place that I've always wanted to go. I've been around the world 4 or 5 times, but I've never been to Egypt.
Wow.
And we're actually going there, and I'm so excited. I get excited about this one.
No, I just recently came back from Egypt. When we finish, I'm going to show you some pictures on the phone. Now I'm going to ask you a really special favor. Will you humble me? Will you sing me just one little tune? Just a little bit of a tune?
Party, say do you remember? Party, dancing in September. Oh, yeah. Something like that.
That's beautiful. I remember when I was at Eric Zuli's party with Easy Way, and you just got up there and you sang that song, and I was just mesmerized. I ran up to you and I said, "Can I interview you? Can I interview you?" And I had to wait all the way to today to make it happen. But you know what? It was well worth it. It was completely well worth it. So, my name is Rosalind Khan. I'm with Chow Entertainment. It's called Living Your Best Life. Here with the wonderful Sheldon Reynolds. And Sheldon, how can people follow you?
I'm on Facebook. I'm on everything. I'm on Instagram. My son handles that. My son and my daughter handle that. They kind of take care of making sure I use it. I can't be in all these social medias all day long. I get irritated after a while.
You and me both. I have someone else who handles that stuff because I can't handle it as well. I'm literally trying to comment as I'm looking at what he's done. It's like I'm supposed to be looking at what he's done, not this, that. So we can't make it in this world without other people. Hi everybody, this is Rosalind Khan with Chow Entertainment, living your best life here in LA at KXLA. That is 11 a.m. on Tuesday, just missed today's show. In Las Vegas, 8 p.m. every day of the week at 8 p.m. on Roku TV and Amazon Fire. And I saw this beautiful production of Music for Minds, and this television crew was out here. And you know, Curious Rosalind always has a question, and so I found Jack. Jack, tell me what you're out here today for.
So we work on a television show called Making Good. And it's a show that follows a guy named Kirby who volunteers for organizations. He gets his hands dirty and helps out. And what we're trying to do is just find people in the world and in the country that are doing good things. We highlight nonprofits. Behind the scenes, we kind of call it Dirty Jobs meets nonprofits. And we heard about Music Men's Minds and thought that'd be a perfect opportunity for Kirby to kind of get in over his head and join the band and sing with these folks who are suffering from different conditions, dementia, Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, and they're coming together late in their life, and the organization is seeing that music has a way of kind of reinvigorating them and giving them their personalities back, and it's been really special.
So tell me, how did you guys come up with this whole idea of your television show? Where did that start?
Well, the person who created the show, his name's Greg Kiefer, and it kind of morphed. It used to be a documentary show that just covered organizations like this, and he thought, you know, what if I gave this a host and made it a little more bingeable and made it kind of funny? And that was when he called Kirby, and that ended up being the right mix of funny and heart. And yeah, we've been doing it 5 seasons now.
5 seasons, fantastic. That's absolutely awesome. And if someone wanted to follow your show and see where you guys were going next, where can we tell them to follow you at?
Our Instagram, Making Good TV, or if you follow Kirby Hayborn on Instagram, he's always posting about the show.
Okay. Spell his last name for me.
That's Heyborne.
Wow, it's been absolutely beautiful. You are literally changing the world. I'm a person with a huge heart. You don't know who I am. You don't know anything about me. But I know when I see a great organization like yours, it's a story I want to share with the world.
Nurse Access Staffing is seeking experienced RN and LVNs. For more information, call us at 818-697-4484 or check us out on our website, nurseaccessstaffing.com.
Hello, my name is Tina Atreen. I am an actress and model. Currently, I live in San Diego, but I will be moving to LA soon. For about 5 years, but I've been acting for longer. Since I was little, I did theater plays, and I loved theater. I graduated from San Diego State University with theater degree because that was my passion. I wanted to get into it, and currently I'm doing commercials and music videos, anything that is.
Fantastic. What is your greatest hope and desire?
Well, I want to be able to make bigger movies and just influence people of my generation in a good way, have a good impact in the society, and especially for women.
Oh, that is really cool.
Yeah.
I think women are so important in our world today. It's
Definitely.
women like you that make a difference and help our world go round.
Definitely.
So how can people go ahead and follow you? How can people follow you?
I'm on Instagram and Facebook under my own name, Tina Atreen. It's at Tina, ATRIN. And yeah, you can find me there.
Fantastic.